Welcome to the UD Roadcast. This is a space for journeys, observations, and people behind those observations. Some people express loudly, like me, and others notice deeply. Don't you like such people? I love them. Today's guest belongs beautifully to the second category or category, a wildlife photographer and a lover of books, writing, words. My kind of person, actually. She loves quiet moments as well. Someone whose captions, especially on Instagram, if you're following her, often feel more like reflections than just mere social media posts. And interestingly enough, she's someone who says she's not a very good conversationalist in front of the camera, which honestly made me even more curious to sit down and have a conversation with this amazing young lady. Because I've always believed, the most meaningful conversations are not with people trying to impress. Won't you agree? So today, we slow things down. We observe, we wonder, we notice. And maybe somewhere in between, discover the quiet art of seeing. Shalini, welcome to the UD Roadcast. Even before you start saying something, has anyone told you today that you have a very charming smile?
Thank you, Yudi.
You do. You have such a charming smile. God bless you. So nice. Finally, huh?
Yeah.
Finally, we meet. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been trying to, invite her on the roadcast since a bunch of months, though both of us have been Instagram acquaintance. That's how it started some 4, 5 years ago, and that's how we know each other. And I'm a keen follower of her work. Because she's one of those few wildlife photographers who combine the art of imagery with the art of words to describe them. Very few wildlife photographers have that. Shalini, welcome to the Roadcast. And what's up with the specs? I didn't know you wore specs.
Oh, I have been wearing specs since like 10 standard.
Same pinch, me too.
So it's
But
the it's
uh,
because of the books, I think.
ah, so see, both of us have been wearing spectacles from 10th standard. So my 10th standard was a long time ago. So are you a 90s kid or a 20s kid?
90s kid.
90s kid, huh? Nice. I'm a 70s kid. My younger one, no? So my younger son, who's 12 now, he teases me. I don't know from where these guys learn all this, yeah? Whenever I talk about something old, oh, those days, this music and that wildlife and this tiger and stuff, when I discuss with him, oh, Papa, you sound so much. Da, 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 da,
Doordarshan.
da. He gives me Jurassic background sound that is so creative and cute. You know, any other traditional father might find it offensive, but I find it so creative and cute. I love that they pull my leg. So yeah, so wonderful. Yeah. So Bangalore, Karnataka, the place, another beautiful place. That's where you are from. So, Shalini, when did this journey begin with your love for the flora and the fauna and the words?
Okay. Before I begin, just one correction there. I am born and brought up in Mumbai, actually. I'm a Mumbaikar.
अरे
And
अरे आपली आपली अरे आपल्या भागातली आहे.
oh,
वंडरफुल क्लास
and
मराठी पण येते त्याला.
I just moved to Chennai like 4 years ago.
Okay.
So, yeah. So
Also,
right
you'd be
now I'm
Chennai based, right? Chennai
Chennai.
based.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
correct.
Same,
So
same
yes,
here, same here. Though I'm my first language is Tamil. However, I was born in deep Tamil Nadu in a place called Puthukottai. It's a beautiful
okay,
place,
yes,
Puthukottai.
yes,
And however, I was raised in MP and Maharashtra.
nice.
So similar things, yeah. So I was raised here. So that's why Hindi, Marathi, I know several languages, just like you do. So with the specs, the first thing which comes to my mind is your day job.
True.
चश्मा तो 10th स्टैंडर्ड से लगा है बट ये वाला फ्रेम तो लैपटॉप के सामने बैठ बैठ के आया होगा ना
Anti-glare,
एंटीक
everything is there in.
yeah so day job you do a day job as well so
Yeah,
in technology
yes, I am, I work with an MNC,
okay
so I am into software
okay
products and platforms. That is the day job that I do, correct? But apart from the corporate cubicles, you will find me, I'm like literally found in forests and mountains. So
ah
yeah.
Oh, me too. Um, that's what the unsaid thing which resonates between people like you and I is we subtly, somewhere deep within us, we believe that cities are nothing but mistakes.
So
So we try to run away from mistakes as far as possible and come back. Wonderful, yeah, wonderful. So right now you are working with an MNC and you're doing a day job, and it's the kind of role which you're doing is it technical or is it administrative or is it learning and development? What kind of role is it?
So it's more of conceptualizing and creating products and managing them for the education segment, the K to 12 segment, basically, the schools.
Wow, very interesting, very interesting. And so so you are related with the education industry.
Yeah, right.
That
Currently, I'm related with education. Earlier, I was into manufacturing, textile domains, and in the recent past, I've moved into education.
Wait a minute. So recent past. So before that, you were in a similar role, but in a different industry.
Yeah, not a similar role. I was into development that time,
Okay.
like
Okay.
proper .NET developer. And then with the domain, I have changed my role as well.
Oh, with the domain, you've changed the role as well. Nice, nice. Sounds like Serengeti, yeah? Changing with the season.
Yeah,
When the grasslands are all dry, we migrate. How much, Mother Nature teaches us, gives us so many metaphorical anecdotes to compare our real life. It's just crazy. Yeah? We are
crazy. Yeah.
we are the few lucky ones who can see all that, yeah, and we can, it's beautiful. Anyways, I mean, I'm sure both of us are very grateful about that. So if
True.
you had changed your domain before this, you were in textile. That is interesting. So even before the textile and all the day job, that kind of a life began. I mean, you must have been in a college, you must have been in a school, and what kind of educational um, uh, path or paths have you
So
ventured
it's
through?
been very simple.
Okay.
So my junior college, I've been in vocational, that is electronics only, and I did my BE in electronics
Wow.
um,
Okay.
from Mumbai itself, Mumbai University.
Mhm.
So yeah, and then I landed up in taking career in software.
Uh-huh.
So very simple.
Very simple.
One, two, three. Level one, level two, level three.
Level three. Now, though, and are you the, if you don't mind me asking, are you the only child to your parents,
No,
or do
I
you have
have a
any
younger sister.
siblings?
Yeah.
A younger sister.
Yes.
Ah, so elder sister. Wow, what a role model your kid sister has. Yeah, my
No, no.
God.
I just keep escaping to the forest. So no role modeling here. It's the other way around actually. She's the nice cool kid.
Ah, ah.
I'm probably the black sheep.
Join the club, same pinch. But I beat you to that. You are the black sheep, right? I'm the black dinosaur of my family. Anyways, good. Yeah, good. At least one kid should be, one kid should be making the parents happy, and the other one gets to become a wanderer of sort. Why not?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, even in my case, my elder sister uh, is the child all parents would love to have. you know. So your love for wildlife, I'm sure uh, your love and your passion and your respect for other living things apart from human species, um, it must have inculcated somewhere in when you were a kid, right? Maybe when you were going to your grannies or something, vacation. And all that time, at least my grannies and all used to live in villages, so access to jungles and all a lot there. So how did that happen in your life?
So it's totally the opposite here. It never happened in Granny's place
Okay.
because Granny was in a metro city, that is Chennai. So I used to travel from Mumbai to Chennai for my vacations. That's about
Okay.
it. And
Okay.
Bangalore also, but again, it's a
Uh,
metro.
okay.
So I think my interest. So I've been in Mumbai all my life, like I mentioned, right?
Hmm?
So I used to. I was a part of the Bombay Natural History Society, and
Wow. Okay.
yeah, so we used to have trails regularly, and there is Sanjay Gandhi National Park, so just weekend visits and all. So I used to go on regular trails and stuff. And around, I think, 2010 or 2011 is
Mhm.
where I did my, say, first tiger safari.
Where?
So the
Where?
first one I did was Ranthambore, Rajasthan.
Wow.
But what actually triggered my interest and for me to get a camera and start clicking was a trip to Bandhavgarh, actually, which is in MP.
I know.
And yeah, so my first encounter with a tiger in the wild, because before that, though I've been to safaris, I'd never seen a tiger. I've just seen a tail of a tiger, or the belly of a tiger, or the ears somewhere sitting inside. So
Or pug marks.
yeah, pug marks are definite. Pug
Uh,
marks, without pug marks, there's no safari.
uh,
But then, yeah, it took me literally 20 safaris to see a tiger. And that too,
really?
after Ranthambore, I went to Kanha, Pench, and I think Bandhavgarh was where I met my first tiger. And
ऐसा क्यों
that,
होता है क्यों होता है because Bandhavgarh is my pilgrimage. My first tiger
exactly.
safari happened in Bandhavgarh,
Okay.
and my first sighting happened in Kitoli zone.
Okay,
Kitoli
okay.
zone is my favorite.
It was Tala
Ooh,
for me.
Tala for
Uh,
you. I'm sure Tala for
yeah.
you.
And it was an amazing sighting, actually. Um,
This
so
was in 2000, early 2000s. You're talking about.
not early 2000s, actually, 2000, I think, 12 or so.
Wow. So you did Ranthambore, you did Kahana, you did Pench, and finally in Bandhavgarh you got to see your first tiger in the
First proper full tiger, that is.
ah
Yeah, I can
amazing.
literally count some 17 to 20 safaris were totally, I should say, I mean, if we count tigers, it was tigerless.
Ah, hmm,
And yeah, so that is when I used to have this Digicam, Canon SX
ah, ah,
cameras. And
ah.
so that particular safari, and that time there were not many jeeps in, so this
Oh,
safari thing, buzz and all, started a little later, I think post 2017 or so, and then it picked
hmm.
up after COVID, actually.
The
So
gypsy culture, the gypsy culture.
a
Maybe
lot of
earlier
people
they
getting
had the
into safaris. No,
camper
no, no.
tailors.
Gypsies was there. Gypsies were there, actually. I'm talking about a lot of people going for
Oh, the
safaris
safari culture. Hmm,
culture. Yeah.
hmm, hmm,
So,
hmm.
so it was there, but not as much as it is today. Like, it's super crowded today. Every jeep is like full, right?
We'll talk about
So
that. Hmm.
yeah. So what happened was, ours was the only jeep, and we just actually crossed the path area where the tiger was.
Ah,
And one of my friends, we were just three of us, like three. I mean, there's a couple who's equally interested, and I met them in my current company, actually.
Huh.
So that's how everything started, planning trips and all that. And without them, actually, I would have been like lost. So they we all started it together, I should say.
Wow.
So and so she actually said there's something there on that side in the grass. Let us just check, and we retraced.
Huh.
And then the guide was like, "Oh shit, this is a tiger." So it was so well camouflaged in the grass, you couldn't just see it. Just one ear coming out, and I think when she saw it, it just moved a bit, so she could just identify it. And um, and it so happened that when we were just standing there and trying to figure out, leaning, standing on the seats and all, this one, like just like a ghost coming out of the grass, there's a female walking towards us from behind. Okay, so there we were just looking out for one tiger, and then we saw two. And these were
Ah.
this so that time Wakita tigress was there, so Banbai
Okay.
female they used to call her. And
Huh.
these were two subadult cubs of that
Tell me
tigress.
her name again.
Wakita.
Wakita. That was
Yeah.
the name of the tigress.
Yeah, Banbai female they used to call us
Ah,
call
I
her.
think you hold the microphone there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Wakita.
sorry.
No, no, it's
Yeah,
okay. It's
so
okay. Don't worry.
yeah.
It's okay.
So these were two subadult cubs,
Right.
one male, one female siblings.
Uh-huh.
So and the female actually just walked and just came right in front of our jeep on the edge of the wooded area there, and we were so close, and she was just looking at us. Those curious eyes were, I can't tell you. They were just logged on to, and one of us had this 150 500
Me
mm Sigma
goosebumps.
lens.
I could imagine it.
Yeah, so it was the lens, it was my friend and me, and the cub was just looking at each one of us. And the moment I locked my eyes with the cub, I was like, there can be nothing more insane or crazy than this stuff. And that's when I decided I need to photograph these things, these moments in nature that we have, so photography came in secondary, actually, just capture those moments.
Hmm.
So that was my trigger to buy a camera first. And then that was my very first proper tiger sighting also, and it was an amazing one. So it was like a um, the moments, they triggered into a lifelong wild affair, I should say.
The
Yeah, and
cafe.
there's no going back. So
And this happened in the early 20s, 2000s, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So that's how your journey began. Not good, some 12, 14 years ago, perhaps. 12, 14 years ago,
yeah, around.
approximately. Wonderful. Now, can I make you jealous? Allow
Tell
me
me.
to make you jealous. Now,
Sure, sure.
as you are aware that I seldom fly because I've flown enough in my life. I seldom rail because I've railed enough my life. I usually motorcycle to every place I go to in India.
Yes,
So whenever I ride to Bandhavgarh, I've always ridden to Bandhavgarh. I've done Bandhavgarh half a dozen times. So when you ride to Bandhavgarh, there is a patch of 10 kilometers till you
correct.
reach which,
Yes,
which has Tala on one side and Khitoli on the other, that 10
Vitali.
kilometer patch.
Correct.
I've seen tiger crossing on my bike, tiger crossed. It was just
Awesome.
so yeah, I couldn't. I was like I forgot to kill the engine. I didn't know what to do. I switched on the camera. I didn't even know whether I switched on the camera or not. But when you see that tiger in front of you, photographers, you wildlife photographers, man, hats off. Yeah. Every time I have seen a wild tiger in the wild, a tiger in the wild, clicking a picture is the last thing on my mind. It's
That's
just, it's just observing it and observing it to absorb that moment. I become greedy to absorb that moment as much as I can.
so true, so true.
Retain that frame as brightly and loudly in my mind. फिर कभी देखने मिलेगा कि नहीं, that kind of a
So
thing.
that is the thing. No, for us also, at least for me now, it is like just do two quick clicks and then just put
Ah,
the camera aside.
Sure, I'm sure. You
Yeah.
know, another thing, a beautiful thing, which I have more, a half a dozen naturalists in Bandhavgarh have become pals of mine. So one of them had told me that even if you don't get to spot a tiger in a safari, there are hundreds of beautiful things to see in a forest, especially if you do a morning safari. And once we were waiting for a tiger during a morning safari, and there was this humongous, huge, and a thick, beautifully woven cobweb. It was a spider web, and it was huge. It was as big as a huge, curtain out here. And there was a huge spider on that with huge legs and lambe legs, really long ones. Okay. And the naturalist told me, sir, देखा आपने? I said, हाँ यार, बहुत सुंदर है. Then, sir, अच्छा, पसंद है आपको? I was amazed, man. बोला, हाँ यार, it's spectacular. I've never seen something like this so close to the jeep. Then he tells me, sir, अब मजेदार बात बताता हूँ. सर इसमें मेल भी है, वो वेब में बताओ ना मेल किधर है. The male was a tiny fellow down there.
Yeah.
Tiny fellow, a small spider. I said, that chap. He said, yeah, I had to remove my specs to check him. The tiny little spider. Then he told me, yeah, सर वो मेल है सर. वो आएगा मेट मेट करेगा उसके बाद वो खा जाएगी उसको. I said, wow. I mean,
Lot
crazy.
of stories about, there are a lot of things about these species that we don't know
Oh, I
the
have
behavior and
some safaris where I have not spotted tigers. I've spotted some remarkable things. In Pench, I didn't spot a tiger. I spotted a leopard for exactly 5 seconds. It crossed. I spotted a pair of dhole for complete 30 minutes. I could study their behavior. Oh my God, the way they were rubbing on the deer and the sambar dung. They were coming and they're spreading all the dung on themselves. Why? Maybe to camouflage smell if they when they hunt.
yeah.
I mean, the kind of behavior I've never seen. And similar thing, I see my dog Wolfie doing. Yeah. I have my stray dog friends, Maya, Jackson, Karavi. There is an old doggy. Her name is Karavi.
Okay.
Then I have Dubli. Then Junior. There's another dog called Junior. They all after we finish recording this, I go for my evening walk without my phone, with my dogs. So I see them doing the same thing. I used to wonder why these domestic and feral dogs do this thing. That means they still have somewhere deep down in the subconscious, their predatory
Yeah.
instinct is still
True.
there.
Mm.
But as dog owners, we say, अरे अभी तो नहलाया था, वापस गोबर में लौट के आया, क्या करेगा ये? We don't understand animals and we just want to have them as pets. काश सब all pet owners इतना सोचते. कौन सोचता है?
There's a lot that goes into, behavior, understanding behavior and all, I
So
can say.
tigers तो ठीक है यार. In your so talking about tigers, hold on. There is something amazing that I noticed. Where is it?
So there's one thing, I don't just go into the forest for tiger safaris.
Uh,
So tiger safaris is because it's called that. But yeah, there are a lot of things apart from tigers in the safaris that we do, right? There are a lot of birds that we see, a lot of amazing animals actually, sloth bears and other things.
Here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Shalini's Instagram page. That's
Oh
Shalini
my gosh.
Gopalakrishnan, and that's her Instagram page. And I love your display picture. She's got a tiny insect on the back of her palm. I think it's a fabulous picture. Says so
Yeah.
much about you, says so much about your mind. It says this picture says so much about your heart. It says so much about your soul, kiddo. It's amazing. Yeah. Okay. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Check this post by Shalini. And look at the tiger, of course. Then, what really, why I'm a fan of her work is you should read all captions in her post. Allow me. And at the end of the tunnel, we saw light. After 2 days of missing the fairy family because they were lounging deep inside after a full belly, we were
Yes.
leaving the park and a little crestfallen, udas ho kya re tiger dikhane. And just 5 minutes before the exit time, we meet F2's mate, the male tiger, which is there in the picture, the father of the five. Father of the five. It rhymes so cool. It sounds like a very cool name. A subtle looking yet powerful male, N4, as they lovingly called him. Wow, beautiful.
This
So
is exactly what transpired actually.
yeah, it's crazy, man. And apart from that, I see you've done loads of mammals. I see that you're a huge bird fan, and you're also a huge reptile fan. Oh, I'm a huge reptile fan too. And I wanted to ask you, of course, you have all the my favorite scaled ones. Oh, look at this one. My goodness.
This is one morph that I love the colors. So we saw two of them under like two adjacent rocks, one here and one there. So the other photo that is there just below this,
Uh,
that was one morph, and this is one morph, and this was like the chocolate color that you have. This one very tiny one, but amazing. So this is one of my favorite photos.
This is mine too. What a picture this is. Yeah. This is whenever uh, if I go out to eat and if I want to order dessert after the food or something, and I go through the dessert, every time death by chocolate comes, this should be the picture.
I
Remember,
will
there's a
remember
very
this.
famous
Death by
dessert called
chocolate.
death by
Yeah,
chocolate.
this is exactly that.
This is exactly that.
Just go a little closer, and it's definitely death by chocolate.
101%. Now, to get this kind of a picture, you obviously, the distance between you and the reptile would be at least what, 10 feet or maybe 12 feet before you click this? You use lens, of course.
Yeah, yeah. Not exactly 10 feet or 12 feet, but we are cognizant of the fact that the behavior of the reptile doesn't change. And we have like herpetologists with us who
Hmm.
know how a snake behaves or how a reptile behaves, right?
Hmm.
So this is shot with a macro lens. So
Okay.
you have to be a little close, but
Okay.
you are in the comfortable zone, the comfort zone of the reptile. You don't violate that.
Wow. That is so amazing. Yeah. That is so amazing. Do you know something? There is a place in Maharashtra, pretty close from Pune, where I live, near a place called Solapur. It's
Hmm.
called Shetfal. Have you heard of a village called Shetfal?
I think I have. Yes.
Shetfal is a village where the entire village is snake friendly.
Okay. Yeah. I may have
Every
read this
house
somewhere.
has
Yes.
snakes in their house. In the sense, people actually build a house with a snake burrow in the part of the design when they make the house. Can you? Oh my God, such people actually exist. Yeah. There are babies sitting in the house. Mom is cooking inside the babies with a king cobra or maybe a spectacle cobra, and it just crawls around. So the point is, what I'm coming to is, you will agree that all of us are nothing but products of our childhood. So the
Yes.
kind of fear towards animals, towards snakes, or towards birds, or towards nature, whatever, the kind of fear which we grow up with is usually those fearful belief system is usually as kids we learn from the way people talk about snakes around us, the
True.
way
Very
snakes are projected in movies which we have seen, in television which we have seen since a child. So all that, if har bar all my life it's been told that snakes, snakes, snakes. So I think instead of fearing snakes, we need to learn to respect them. Once you respect them, you automatically maintain distance. You automatically maintain distance. However, so it's a good thing that you go with herpetologists, because I'm sure even in your wildest dream, you wouldn't. You are happy clicking picture of the venomous snake, not getting close to it, right?
No, no, you never get close to a venomous snake, first of all. And secondly, see, we don't know about much about them, right? Their behavior and other things. And they have learnt it. They
Oh,
know how to deal with it. They know if a snake is when it is in ambush or when it is, ready to strike. So they study that, they observe that. So even when you are clicking, if there is a change in the behavior, they will definitely, because they are there, you are safely clicking or doing whatever it is. And yes, see, this is the respect that you mentioned is not just for snakes, it is for any wildlife and anything that is,
no,
even for
I
tigers or
mentioned
birds.
snakes because they are the only ones which look scary.
Ah, okay.
A stray dog doesn't look scary. Still people kick it. I
Hmm.
think every stray dog looks very cute. They look adorable. Anyways,
Yeah, yeah.
that was my
So,
point.
so with the snakes, like you mentioned, the problem is the way they have been portrayed everywhere in
Uh,
our books, in our mythology, everywhere, the way they have been portrayed. And from childhood, everything that tells us, everything, every person tells us to, stay away from the snakes or avoid them, and they are scary beasts and all that. But when you start studying them, when you start looking at them, you realize there is grace, there is charm, the way they move, the way they are, the way
oh,
they are built. Okay, so I mean, that's every creature has its purpose, every species has its purpose in this web of life. But then awareness is the only thing. So that is what I am trying to do. Actually, my main thing of being on Instagram, like I started on Instagram around 2019, and
okay.
that's when I actually did a leadership course in biodiversity with Bombay Natural History Society. So
Wow.
that was the first time I had a herpetology walk. um, so
Okay.
I did a walk,
Hmm.
and that was in Goa. Actually, we had all these
Okay.
topics, right? Birds, herbs, insects,
Sorry to interrupt you.
mammals.
Goa must have been Amboli Ghat, that region, no?
No, no,
Sangamwadi.
no.
Okay,
This
proper
is
Goa.
Bhagwan Mahavir Wildlife Sanctuary, right?
Oh,
Um,
South
I
Goa.
think, yeah, maybe. I'm
Hmm.
not sure of the location. There's this
Okay.
place
Okay.
called
Hmm.
Nature's Nest. That's where we were stationed, and
Okay.
the sanctuary around it.
Hmm.
So that's when I first encountered so many snakes in that walk. And I was not with a camera or anything. And literally, we had like hump nose pit vipers just on the ground. And so that is when I saw so many snakes, and I was like, I was so intrigued. And yeah, we had people with us who, knew what it is, how
Hmm.
it is, how it will behave, and all that. So that is something which triggered. And then, yes, I had gone to Amboli also after that, after like, I think 2022 was when I went to Amboli, but it was completely washed out, heavy rains.
Oh,
So we just saw some frogs there, the
hmm.
Amboli bush frog and all. That was definitely nice, but no snakes and all. And I
No
think
pit
Wayanad,
vipers. No pit
no,
vipers.
no, no, no pit
Then why
vipers.
not? Why not? Huh? That is the interesting zone for snakes.
Wayanad is what I mean. I fell in love with the Malabar pit vipers. Okay, Wayanad was crazy, and I had people who were equally passionate. And the experience of herping, and not just photographing them, but literally going out and searching for them in their natural positions, in situ positions, looking at them, and it's a whole different thing
Because
experiencing it in the
because
wild.
I believe pit vipers also are master of camouflage, no, pit vipers. Hmm? So
Totally.
I mean, so there must have been so many instances where when you're doing your herping tour with a herpetologist, herpetologist, you guys would be walking, suddenly you would have stopped and, all right, right now there is a Malabar pit viper just 5 feet away from us. Who's going to spot it? Do you have such
Yeah,
exercises?
yeah, yeah. We definitely do.
You do, right? That guy spots it and you guys don't. Where,
Yeah, yeah.
where, where, where?
So that also happened in our recent trip to Sri Lanka. Actually,
I
there's this
know.
nice Sri
Okay.
Lankan pit viper placed somewhere, and
Uh,
like 10 of us there,
uh,
and like, come on, spot it.
but
So
you were able to spot it?
yeah, yeah, I did before 3, 4 guys did. So I
So,
was happy.
so your eyes have, see, that's what I'm talking about.
No, no, my eyes haven't accustomed to that yet. I mean, I haven't spotted my first snake in the wild on my own yet.
Uh,
But yeah, I would love to someday. I would love to get there someday.
yeah, yeah, of course you will. Yeah, of course you will. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. One reptile, one
That's the
animal, one
plan.
species at a time.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
right now you went to Sri Lanka, and though apart from that, when it comes to birds, I learned so much about these beautiful kind of birds from, of course, from your posts and from a couple of other wildlife and bird photographers I follow on Instagram. I've seen some of them are really fantastic.
Yeah.
However, what really impresses me is birds of prey. Oh my God, there is something about them. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of vultures. And when you said Tala Zone in Bandhavgarh, we have that vulture rock, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, I mean, that vulture rock natural thing is much more delightful for me to look at than a man-made statue or something like that. Yeah, that's fantastic. Vultures. And I'm a huge fan of owls.
Owls are my
Oh,
favorites.
mine too.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, whenever I go to for safari, when I went to Gir, so all these naturalists used to tell me, सर यूडी सर आप पहले आदमी हो जो बोलता है टाइगर मत दिखाओ लेपर्ड मत दिखाओ उल्लू दिखाओ आई सेड हाँ टाइगर लेपर्ड तो दिख ही जाएगा यार उल्लू नहीं दिखेगा
बहुत
so,
टफ है.
so that's how at a lot of these parks and tiger reserves and other parks, these naturalists are still in touch with me. They remember me. अच्छा वो दाढ़ी वाले सर जो टाइगर ने उल्लू देखना चाहते थे. So they must be getting very few guests like that. So they get very excited
Yeah.
because as a naturalist, think about them, man. The only thing they speak about is tigers. The only thing the introductory lecture they might give is how many thousand square kilometers is this tiger park? How many number of tigers are there? There are some 400 species of birds here, so many species of trees here, teak here, blah, blah, blah. That's all. But nobody must be, because those guys have a lot of knowledge. They have a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of
definitely.
knowledge about birds, about insects, about mammals, big ones, small ones, about nocturnal ones. I knew a naturalist who told me so many things about a porcupine, which I had no clue about. That's an amazing animal that I didn't know India had honey badgers. I thought
Okay.
honey badgers was only limited to African continent. I didn't know India had honey badgers. We do. We have honey badgers in Gir and
Yeah,
Bandhavgarh
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah,
I
we
didn't
do,
know
we do.
that. So I mean, मुझे हनी बैजर दिख गया टाइगर ने दिखा चलेगा अभी दिखता नहीं है ना हनी बैजर
No,
यार.
so see, I don't know, fortunately or unfortunately, tiger safaris, the majority of population, I'm not talking about just wildlife people, wildlife enthusiasts or wildlife photographers,
Hmm,
but they come to see the tiger.
correct.
For sure, that is there. 90% of the people there who are like tourists, they come to see the tiger. So, the naturalist or the guide who is there, they definitely, by default, start talking about there's so many tigers here, ye, and that is how it is. But yeah, see, so that is how awareness and all plays a role, right? If they also start telling people that यहाँ पे और भी चीजें हैं जो देख सकते हैं, so then it works. Otherwise, it's a tiger safari after all.
Uh,
So that's how it's branded.
What if you see a lot of families which go for safaris,
Yeah.
mummy, papa, all the seniors and the kids.
Hmm.
Now, what if the children ask the naturalists, tell me more about birds, tell me more about things? Because the adults The mentality which I've seen in safaris is, I paid this money. If I don't get to see a tiger, मेरा पैसा
That's what.
वसूल नहीं होगा.
That is what I said. Unfortunately, that is the case. And see, right now, I think in schools also, that is why I love the domain that I am in right now, because it gives you the power to influence at a very early age, right? And so, schools, they are, I think, many of them are taking up wildlife, taking them for a wildlife trip or excursion and all these things.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
if you have kids around you, if you have a group of kids, then
Hmm.
encouraging them, speaking to them, yeah,
Ah,
that
ah.
works the best. And even if you can influence one kid, that one kid will influence 10 others. So that is the butterfly effect you will have there. So it's no
Hmm.
point in discussing or arguing with the parents or with that generation. It's the kids that you have to target. They are the future.
It's all right. I always visualize that on safari, the kids shouting at parents, "Papa, don't make that noise. Papa, वो chips का packet रखो ना, बाद में खाओ."
No,
Because you hear the,
I have been on both the sides. There are kids who like want to eat only chips and they make that noise, and I have to yell at them.
oh
Stop
my God.
doing that. But yeah, so now the trend is that the new kids that are there, right?
Oh,
They have a lot of interest. They are curious. They want to know.
good.
So there are a lot of photographers or a lot of people on Instagram also that are like 15, 14 and all right now,
I
who
know.
are so enthusiastic about it. So that's really encouraging.
I know. I think on Instagram I saw a couple of 16 and 17-year-old kids and all. Yeah. Then the thought which came to my mind, ah, that kid has gear. Chalo. That's a good thing to go for, no? Instead of buy a camera, instead of buying expensive pair of shoes or expensive pair of jackets, buy
And even without camera, now since I
Now
moved to
you have a
Chennai,
camera, you can always hire a lens, right? For the shoot, you can take it on hire. I think.
no, they have digital digicams only. Most of them that I've seen, yeah, they do have SLRs and
Mm,
DSLRs and all
mm,
that.
mm,
But
mm, mm,
many of the young kids who are getting into it,
mm.
they are going in as a naturalist. They want to learn more about butterflies and all that as well. So they don't have a camera. I've seen that in the walks that I have here sometimes. So when I moved to Chennai, I
Mm.
was looking out for something like BNHS, like Bombay Natural History Society. So
Ah,
that's when I came across Madras Naturalist Society, which has been there for around 50
சென்னையிலயும்
years.
இருக்கா? Wow. Ah.
So,
Beautiful.
I mean, they don't take you out for walks and all like the BNHS does, but
Mm,
then there are intermittent, sometime walks during Madras week and all that happens in August,
mm,
right?
mm, mm, mm.
So, there's a Theosophical Society here, which you can go there. So,
Oh,
ant walks are there, wasp walks are there, butterfly walks are there. So, when I see the kids who come there, right, they don't have a camera, but they know so much about insects. See, insects is one altogether different ball game. Okay,
अरे
you can
completely.
go up to reptiles, you can go birds, mammals, but when you come down to insects, that's like 80% of our biodiversity.
Yeah.
So when you come down to insects, they are so much interested in the way the ant behaves, the way the wasp behaves, and that is what fascinates me. That is what keeps inspiring me. Dude, people are like, there
I
are
mean,
kids
if you
this
if you sit and
generation.
sit and study ant colonies or termite colonies, wasp
Exactly.
colonies, they are all live management lessons happening there.
Very true. Yeah, and the symbiotic relationship that they
Uh,
have, right, with the plants, with the things that they survive on, it's amazing to see that there are kids, the younger generation is interested in all that, not just tigers or not just,
That
um,
is so nice. Thank you for sharing. You have no idea how happy you make me, because you're the one who's on the field with different kind of opportunities and different kind of natural environment with different kind of similar minded enthusiastic people. So you get exposed to the kind of age group also which comes with such
yes.
activities much more obviously than me. Wow. Wow, that is
No,
insane.
so that is one thing that keeps you going, right? You meet like-minded people,
Uh,
and they are equally passionate, or they're more
uh,
so passionate, okay, more passionate than you are, and
uh.
that is what keeps you going. That is what inspires you and keeps you going. You inspire people, people inspire you. That's how it works.
Arey, we had this one is also an amazing favorite of mine.
This
Yeah.
is this is This is the scales on this one. If you go to see the next image, I think the third image
Oh, hold
maybe.
on,
I
hold
just
on.
love the
Look
scales.
at that pit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
this
And
is from Goa, I think. Yeah,
this is Goa, is it?
yeah.
This one.
No, no, no. The scale, the third image in the same one.
Okay, okay.
Uh, yeah,
The third, oh, this, oh,
this is.
for
I was awestruck actually. I mean, looking at this. So I love the scales.
this
So
one.
this,
Ooh,
yeah, very nice move of the Malabar pit viper.
ooh.
Pit vipers are like amazing. The morphs, the variety of morphs that we have here is totally insane.
See, no, I need to take a look at this. This is an album cover for a heavy metal band. Yeah.
Yeah,
You should
you are
sell this
into
as an
heavy metal.
album cover. I'll promote your work. Don't you worry. I'm going to promote these individual ones. Yeah, you should.
You
And
can
oh,
use this. You can use this.
nah, 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 don't. Oh, look at this one. Those
So this
water.
was the other saw scale viper that I was talking about.
These are
Apart
all
from that,
soft-scaled wipers. Now,
so this is the other one near the death by chocolate one.
hey, and here, see a dead beetle or something here under it.
I'm not sure whether it was dead or alive, but yeah. So
Oh,
it
look
was
at this.
drizzling actually, and so the droplets are also there.
So you mean that skin of the snake skin is waterproof, yeah? If such droplets are formed. Crazy. Now, this one, the same one, this is what they rub against each other to ward off, leave me alone kind of thing. This is a saw-scaled viper, right?
No, no, this is a Malabar pit viper.
This is a
The
Malabar pit viper.
huh,
This is a saw-scaled.
yeah, this is a
Ah,
saw scale viper.
got it,
Correct.
got it.
They rub their scales and make that noise.
Oh.
And this is the other one.
The dessert, the dessert.
Deadly
Now,
dessert.
I know, I know. Now, oh, look at these babies. Yeah, you are insane about. Oh, look at this fellow. My
Oh, this one was
God.
crazy. I was like inspired to write something also on it, on this one, and it was inside the water. This is actually inside the water, just the face kind of popping out.
Oh,
The
oh
entire
yeah,
body is
yeah,
inside
yeah. I
water.
get it. I get it. He's in the water till
Yeah,
here. Ah.
actually, you
So
can't
he's just
make
popped
that
out
out.
and just checking your, hey, what's up?
Yeah, correct.
Welcome to my forest kind of thing. And look at the legs, look at the tips. They have natural suctions, right?
Yeah.
Ah, so crazy, man. Now, for the real treat, where did it go? Of course, you did go, did Africa. We'll talk about Africa, but here it is.
Oh,
Oh my God, what a
yeah.
shot this is. Yeah. Matlab, how
Snow
can I?
leopards are one of my
Amidst.
favorite cats. I think they top the list because I mean I've not seen a jaguar till date, but the big cats that I've seen, they top the list actually. They survive in this crazy harsh terrain and weather. The way they hunt, oh my god.
They
It's
defy gravity. They defy
yeah,
all
yeah,
laws of physics,
totally.
man.
All laws of
All laws
physics.
of physics they defy.
So
Oh my
I
God.
mean it's hats off to them actually.
It's what a
Both
creation. Yeah. What a
both
creation.
the prey and the predator there, they are
Oh,
amazing, truly amazing.
those mountain goats, ibex. Yeah.
Himalayan ibex and the blue sheep that we call bharal, right? And there's
Bharal,
this
Bharal.
fox
Correct.
also there.
The
But
Himalayan fox.
yeah, but then it's totally amazing to see them in the wild there. And I was fortunate to see these cubs hunting actually.
Oh, wow. Oh, there's just one picture. Huh? I thought there was a
No, no,
carousel.
there are a lot of pictures below. But then, so I
Okay.
went to Spiti twice back to back, 2023 and 24. So I saw them when they were 7 months old. And then this is the next year when they were
Oh, the buggers have
1.5.
grown.
Yeah.
Amidst
So,
frost and a snow-ridden breeze, fastened on the ridge of a snow-adorned mountains, when from the neighboring cliff top, torn asunder by a deep gorge, the icy and mighty Spiti, ages ago forged, a cautious and curious head turns. Ta-da! There he turned. A dream takes over, heart burns. And with that look from the grey ghost, that's what they're called, all troubles and apprehensions are lost.
Yeah,
So
this
where was this?
exactly.
Was this Spin Valley or you were at Kaza? Ahead of
No,
Kaza?
this is actually, I think, Chicham.
Ah, Chicham Bridge, near
Yeah.
Chicham.
So
Spin
between
Valley,
that,
you have the snow leopard, yeah, reserve.
yeah, yeah. Pin Valley, you generally can go in the summer seasons.
Hmm.
So winters mostly we do Chicham and Kaza, Kibber Wildlife Sanctuary, right? Kibber
Ah,
and
Kibar,
Chicham.
Kibar, correct.
And we were stationed at Chicham, and these cubs were also in and around there. So so this was actually after this they hunted. They tried to hunt rather, but
Ah,
they were not successful.
ah.
And we it was just amazing to watch them hunt. And we were like cliffs apart, but yeah, it's totally insane there. You have to go there to believe every word of what is written. Oh,
Now,
this is
where did you find him? Didn't I see him in the Batman movie?
This is an Andaman day gecko. It's endemic to Andaman Islands. And this was between a birding session. We didn't go out for hopping, but I had heard about this gecko there. And we literally, like, I've written that also. We pestered our guide that we want to see this, we want to see this. And then
Uh,
suddenly we were standing under coconut trees.
and right,
And
it was right there.
yeah, it was right there. This one has its tail regrown. Um, yeah, but the
Ah,
last image, if you see, it's there's a proper one. So this turquoise blue tail, okay, that they have.
oh, yeah.
This one, no, no, no. The last image. This again is the same individual. This is a different one. So if you see the
Oh,
tail, it's literally
oh.
turquoise blue.
So that one is just growing. Ah,
Yeah. So crazy, some crazy geckos and all we have in our Andaman Islands.
mad. So you've done Andaman as well. And look at this fellow, man. This fellow stole my heart completely.
This is a mini galaxy.
I mean, and how big is it? Is it as big as my thumb?
It's a very, yeah, very small
Yeah.
one, and it's
Yeah.
generally doesn't make any noise like the other frogs do, and it's
Uh,
mostly found in those damp logs, and also very difficult to spot this. And you
this
see
is all
these.
during your recent Sri Lanka trip, right?
No,
This
no,
one.
this is Kerala.
Oh, this is Kerala,
Yeah.
Wayanad. Wow,
Uh,
India has
no,
such.
no, this is Munnar actually, the Munnar side.
Ah.
Yeah.
So you've done entire Western Ghats look like. You've
No,
covered
no, no,
most of it.
no. I have not done birding and all in Western Ghats. It's just hopping. I've been to a couple of spots in Western Ghats.
Wow. Man, look at that. Yeah. But tell me something, are these such frogs venomous by any chance? How you have, because such colorful ones which are found in Amazon.
Yeah, they
Amazon one,
are,
they are
but
venomous.
yeah, yeah, but I
I don't
don't
think
think this one is.
I don't think India has venomous frogs, or it might, I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether there
They're
are
called the
some.
poison frogs or the poison dart frogs there, right?
Hmm. Ah, the tigers now.
So
Oh.
this Amur falcon, right? The
Where is it? This one, this
This
one.
one, yeah, this was amazing. This was in Nagaland, and
Oh, you've
so
done that
generally,
part too.
yeah, I love Northeast. I'm mostly in Northeast birding, so
Northeast is beautiful, no?
crazy. And Arunachal is my favorite. It just
Okay.
tops the list whenever places are concerned or forests are concerned. But yeah, this was the congregation that we have. No, the birds migrate, and October mid to November mid, they are
Uh,
in lakhs in the northeast. So there's a particular village that, like many villages, but this
uh,
particular
uh,
village that we went to,
uh.
we had like layers and layers of birds flying. Yeah.
My
So, and these are all like far away shots. That's why they are
these
like.
were.
But then At one point in time, we just kept the camera down. We lied flat on the ground, on
And
the
just
grass, and we were just looking because there's nothing that the cameras could capture, the phones could capture. It's just you have to just feel it and
so
experience
many.
it.
And this is Arunachal, no?
This is Nagaland.
Oh, look
They
at
come
that.
down to Nagaland and Manipur, and this is this one tiny part that I could capture,
Huh.
but crazy. It's just layers and layers of they look like tiny specks actually.
Oh my God.
And you have to see it to believe it. Okay,
I know.
nothing, no
I know.
video, no writing of mine can
Do justice to
do
it,
justice. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
there would be millions of birds here, millions of them.
Totally,
I
totally.
have only seen such humongous clusters in MP long time ago when I was much younger, during a trek. वहां पर bat
Bats,
colonies in caves.
bat
I've
colony. Yeah,
seen
yeah.
bats like that. I've seen bats. I'm a huge fan of bats too. Wow, they're amazing. There's some such a Nagaland Northeast. Huh? ये सब मैं I'm going to add to my bucket list of
Bucket list.
riding.
You should add Mizoram also to your bucket list if you want
Mizoram
to.
also a lot of amazing wildlife, no?
Birds, especially some birds which are, endemic to that pocket of Mizoram,
Uh,
like Pangfui National Park.
yeah.
And that was another amazing experience, actually.
Let's talk about the African continent. India तो आप घूमते रहते हो. When did Africa happen? Recently, right? For three years ago?
Africa happened twice, actually. Once in
Okay.
2016,
Okay.
uh, during the migration period in August. And this is
Uh,
from December 2023.
So this migration, these are the two things people usually go to: Kenya or Tanzania and such places, right? Where was this? This was in
This is Mara,
okay, Masai
Masai
Mara.
Mara.
Masai
Yeah.
Mara. Okay, so oh my God, look at those cuties, yeah.
Yeah, luckily I had
Oh,
them in one frame, but the mother is missing.
no, no,
But yeah,
you are so lucky to get such a composition. Look at the two here. The distance between these two and these two,
I can
make
just
it
fit
look
the mother in
even.
between.
Wow, I know, make it look even. It's a crazy, yeah, space for mom left. No, what a composition here. You're so lucky.
No,
No.
I think we all of us like we were 10 to I think 14 people who had gone, a group of friends,
Huh,
and these cubs were there in the nearby conservancy,
huh,
and we
huh,
decided to explore.
huh.
And it was just amazing that we got to see them with the mother
So
trying to hunt and all that.
Nashi Pai's quartet.
Nashi Pai. Yeah, yeah,
Nashi
yeah.
Pai was the mom's name.
Yes.
Huh? I like the names they give to the animals out there, man. Very cute names they
Yeah. Every cheetah name has a meaning what they give.
have. The African dialect name. Yeah. So tell me, so you did get to witness the wildebeest migration?
Yeah, not on that very large scale,
The
but
2016 when you went.
December there was no migration. It's only
Huh.
around August that they do. But
Okay.
the migration that we saw was not that large a one. But yeah, we saw them moving from crossing the river, and the
Wow.
crocodiles trying to,
Oh, the Nile crocodile. Oh
yeah,
my God. I'm a huge fan.
sorry.
I'm
And
a
the hippos also getting angry on the crocodiles because they were like literally disturbing them. So
Yo,
all that drama
hippos
happened.
are extremely territorial, aren't they? I think hippos kill more humans in Africa than any other mammal. Yeah. Hippos kill more than crocodiles. And of course, so did you get to see the Great Five, the Big Five?
Yes, I saw the big five.
The African lion, the African elephant, the leopard, the stealth master, the bushmaster leopard, then cheetah, of course. Then you would have the widowmaker, the Cape buffalo.
Cape
I hope
buffalo and the rhino also.
a rhino also. Yeah,
Yeah,
the rhino also. The top six kind of thing. Cape, I'm a huge fan of Cape buffaloes. Yeah. What a creation.
massive. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, they're called the widow makers. They're so
For
heavy
a
metal,
reason.
man. The widow. Ah, yeah.
So we
Ah,
actually saw a lot of other. So the
Mm,
first time when I went,
mm, mm,
I don't think I did a lot of birding then.
mm.
But the second time when I went in December, I got to see a
Ah,
lot of birds also.
wow. Nice. So right now, what kind of gear do you have when you started in early to 2000? So in this journey of your wildlife photography, what kind of gear do you own now?
Okay,
And how you started and how you've reached, because there are a lot of viewers who would young wildlife photographers, aspiring wildlife photographers, what do you think they should begin with? Is just passion enough? What else should they do? Should they first learn the basics from a mentor, and or what else? I mean, what would you suggest?
So see, you learn in the field as well. Learning from a mentor is like a quick thing for you
Quick
right now,
fix. Hmm.
quick fix to start off. But for us, we started off by learning in the field.
Hmm.
And if you ask me, I had, like I told you before the tiger sighting, I used to
Hmm.
have a digicam.
True.
Uh,
Oh, that one. Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
no, no, not that one. The
Hmm.
Canon SX digicam that you
Purjit, Purjit. I remember.
I used
I
to
remember
have
those
that,
models.
and
Yeah.
then I moved to my first camera was actually Canon 600D,
Wow.
and then from Canon I moved to Nikon, and I didn't go back. It's like the journey has been forward. Nikon, I had D500 when I first went to Kenya in
Okay.
2016. So
Okay.
D500 was an amazing one, and I
Uh,
thought I'll have this for the next 10 years, and then only switch. And I
okay.
actually did that till
You
the
still have that
mirrorless.
camera or you sold it
No,
off?
no, no. Now I sold it off because I bought this mirrorless, right? Now everything is moved to mirrorless.
Oh,
So literally
oh,
after 10 years is when I got my, say 8 years or 9 years is when I got my Z8.
okay.
So I use that now. And yeah, because I was not using D500, I gave it to one of my friends actually.
Okay.
So she started into birding and all that. So I was like,
Lovely.
yeah,
So there are, because I feel that there are a lot of career opportunities now opening up for youngsters in the field of wildlife, in the field of environment conservation, and things like that. There are loads of opportunities which are coming up slowly because, as you mentioned earlier, you have very young wildlife photographers and young kids who know so much about insects. And I learned something from you today. 80% of biodiversity is in insects. I mean, that was a bulbon moment in this entire session for me. I mean, I'm going to think about going thoda naman karunga is pe. What a beautiful thing I got to know today. And so I believe that there are loads of career opportunities in such field as well. And gone are the days when parents used to only now even parents are becoming pretty liberal and pretty helpful towards their children. If they want to pursue any form of art, could be photography, could be sculpture, could be painting, could be music, could be dancing. I come across a lot of parents who have started worrying less about their future and worrying more about what they want to become good at. So I
correct, correct.
see that happening slowly, at least in the metros, and hopefully that mentality will spread around.
Hopefully, yeah.
It's beautiful there. It's beautiful, fantastic. Because I believe that there are loads of prestigious universities, even in India, which has, uh, proper graduation degrees for such pursuits like wildlife and environment and things like that. So, yeah. So, Shalini, being such an amazing writer yourself,
God, I'm just trying to write.
me too, me too. I'll tell you a brutal honesty about this world. Everybody sucks. Everybody sucks. It's just few people who show it comes with repetition and with practice.
True,
For
with practice,
example,
correct.
yeah, if for example, if you are a better wildlife photographer than I am, that's because number of repetition and passion and consistency and focus you've put in, I haven't. If I'm a better public speaker than you are, I've been on the stage 1,000, maybe 2,000 times in my life as a rock singer, as a public speaker, as a conductor with children. I've been on stage so many times. So I don't know what stage fear means.
Mm.
How people are camera shy. Cameras are UD shy.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I love cameras. I just love cameras. The way I drop my inhibition is whenever a camera is on, I go into the lens and I kiss it first. Come on, baby, don't be scared of me. Become comfortable with me. I tell the camera, I talk to a camera. So that's it. That's how I psych myself actually. It helps me. That's where my confidence. Those are the techniques I use for my confidence, and which I teach other people to do. However, the amount of patience that you're pursued for, especially wildlife photography, the amount of patience that must have inculcated and cultivated in you or any wildlife photographer must be so immense. Yeah, it must
Yes.
be so immense to waiting for to get the first shot. I remember, you hear the tiger, you hear the sambar call, you hear the you hear
Langur
the
call.
you just sit and wait. Sometimes an hour, sometimes after 2 hours, it sleeps and gets up and just crosses. The amount of patience that photography has. I have a lot of respect for wildlife photographers, especially after I saw a documentary where they showed a Nat Geo photographer, redwood forest trees, those long trees somewhere in South America or yeah,
Mm.
somewhere. The great bald eagle has just laid an egg. This guy makes a machan and perches some 200 feet above on the neighboring tree. And he sits there for months together just to waiting for the egg to hatch and for that tiny chick to grow up and take its first flight.
Yes, yes, that is so true. I mean, to document all these things, yeah, that requires a lot of efforts,
No,
patience.
no, my dear, effort is the wrong word. Such people, ye sab na, uh, I don't think those people consider it as a job at all. Otherwise, you won't be able to do such things.
Yeah, yeah, yes, that
It's not
is
a
true.
job, it's not effort at all. It's like I'm born to do this, that kind of a thing. What a,
It's the passion that they have for this, so
it's
they don't consider it as a job. Correct. Very true.
it's they don't, because you cannot, if you cannot consider a Nat Geo photographer as a job, you won't
Yeah, yeah,
survive. Such people never reach till there. It's not a job at all. So that's crazy. And the best part is youngsters like you are पूरी life पड़ी है यार. Right now you do have a day job. I won't be surprised. Who knows? 5 years down the line, you have your own venture where you teach youngsters. There's so much of experience, so much of knowledge. And Shalini, when do we get to see your first book published?
book as in the coffee table book that you
I
mentioned.
have I have no idea, because an author is dying to get out of you, young lady.
I
Let that author breathe. Let that
No.
author
So
come
right
out.
now, I'm actually, I have never thought about publishing or anything. I just have my blog. I write there sometimes. In the recent years, I have not. But
Okay.
yeah, so I just do that bit of writing. Like you see, just put my experiences, right? Penning down my experiences is
Mm,
just what I do right now.
mm, mm.
And not thought about publishing a book and all that.
However, what if you do? I want you to, once we finish having this conversation after this episode, I want you to go back with the thought, hey, UD is right. UD says, what if? I think I should start writing 2 pages a day. 2 pages a day, that's all it takes. And keep writing for months.
Yeah, I mean, I love writing, and it's mostly when I come back from these wild journeys that I do, right? So it's that inspiration to pen it down for my memory's sake, that I when I go back and I read. So that's how I started writing,
Hmm.
and that's how I started my blog also.
Hmm.
But
No, because
yeah,
you have such a natural flair for writing. You must, you must write, you must publish. You must publish. There is a gold mine of stuff because you have the skills which are needed to do that.
I
You
will
have,
definitely try.
exactly, you have the visual as well as the written skills for that. Yeah? You must. Lot of people don't get. You have wildlife photographers. I'm very good at photography, but I need to outsource and get it written by someone else. There are so many cases. In your case, you can write it yourself, and you must. And the best part is your kind of writing style. You can keep it as human as possible, so that everybody gets to read it. But of course,
So
your language capability is slightly थोड़ा advanced English लिखता है आप.
नहीं
हमको
नहीं
बहुत
नहीं
पसंद है, हमको बहुत अच्छा लगता
ऐसा
है.
बिल्कुल नहीं है।
है आपका vocabulary थोड़ा standard high है आपका vocabulary का. I
कभी
see.
कभी निकलता है वो, हर बार नहीं निकलता।
मेरा भी ऐसे ही होता है यार, मेरा भी ऐसे ही होता है, सबका होता है.
No, so I just started doing this photography and probably writing the experiences
हाँ
to
हाँ हाँ.
mostly create awareness between friends and families. So I kind of write my experiences and I share it with BNHs and all that. So
Okay.
they have a monthly magazine called not monthly, sorry, quarterly magazine called Hornbill. So
Oh,
so
okay.
sometimes I
हाँ
publish them,
हाँ.
I give it to them.
Hmm.
So that is what. So otherwise, I can't write anything else. It's just these experiences that I can write. And see, more so, I have some received this feedback from some of my friends. Like um,
Okay.
I get to go to these places. Okay,
हाँ
for them
हाँ.
the priorities are different, and they are not doing this wildlife travel, right? But when
Correct.
they read some of the stories that I've written and shared with them,
हाँ.
so they literally, it's like you've transported me to that place. And that is one feedback that I got early on, which just I mean, I was just hooked on to that. I'm like, if I can do that, at least for some of my trips that I do, people will protect only what they love. Okay, that is. So when we talk about all this conservation and other things, if you
Yeah,
don't love it, you will not protect it. And
so
if
true.
people don't see the forest, they don't visit the forest, they don't see what the forest has, I think that protection, preservation, conservation, nothing works. I mean, there'll be campaigns, there'll be people
They are
talking
just
about it.
words on a
I will
paper.
sign petitions, but nothing. Yeah, you will allow a tree to be cut in your area. It will be just one another tree getting cut. But if you see what biodiversity lives on that one tree,
It,
that's just crazy, right? Just one tree. And so that's what I figured out, like, unless you love something, you will not protect it. So what I try to do through this, whatever I'm doing,
uh,
photography and writing or documenting, is
hmm.
just try to at least influence my family and friend circle. That's what I can do right now, to start thinking about it, start reading it through my words and pictures, and become more aware.
Wow.
So they
Wow.
ask me questions, and that's when I'm so thrilled that at least they, somebody who doesn't like birds. Okay, there's one friend of mine who literally hates birds
Okay.
and pigeons the most, and he's super scared of them.
Okay.
And when he reads he read one article on birds, and he came back and asked questions, and he was like, it was an amazing one, and I'm starting to think about it. So
Not
that's
bad.
when you
Not
feel
bad.
that, okay,
Uh,
there's
uh,
something, some 0.1% influence that you're having around, and that makes you go on.
Absolutely. Even if you can bring about a change in one person or one person's thought
Exactly.
process or mindset, that's a huge win. That's a huge win. Yeah. And I think you should do this more often. You should do this more often, and right now you're doing the right thing. So something which I learned during my MBA days in the 90s. Still, you don't capture the market around you. Don't think of the market beyond you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Till you don't, capture the market around you, don't think about the market beyond you. You are already capturing the market around you pretty well. Become a
I'm
published
trying to.
author. Become a published author. Go beyond. Go
I'll
beyond.
definitely take this advice and
Please, you must. And someone with such a charming personality, with such a charming smile, I think you should start posting on your Instagram, maybe on your social media, short videos talking about awareness and stuff. Maybe think about it.
not sure.
It's
I
just
mean,
see, it's food for thought. It's a buffet.
yeah, but you
You
remember
choose
what
whatever
I
you feel
told you,
like
right?
eating.
I'm always on the other side of the camera. This is the
Yeah.
very first time
And of
I
course, anytime you need any help, uh, once you make up your mind to talk in front of a camera or whatever, the kind of a non-verbal presence, how to handle it. If the camera is a snake, I'm the herpetologist. I know the body language of the camera very well. I can help you with that. Anytime, just ping me. I'll be more than happy to help you with that.
no, I love your those lines, right? Everything communicates, everything about you communicates.
Absolutely. That's one.
So that's
Everything
something
communicates, everything about you
about you communicates.
communicates. Everything communicates. See, because the moment you said 80% of biodiversity is insects, immediately my mind went to communication skills. Even though for an hour and a half, you and I have had a conversation, believe it or not, just 7% are words. 93% are non-verbals, body language, and our tone of voice when we speak.
Yes, correct.
Wonderful, Ma. Thank you so very much. I could go on and on, and I plan to definitely, have a in-person conversation with you, perhaps with a waterfall next to us, or maybe,
A
maybe
Malabar pit
with,
viper next to us.
Ayyo, Yennamma, beautiful. That will be wonderful. Oh my God. Anyways, the secret before that, snakes. Just before that, my favorite has always been Russell's Viper.
Okay.
Oh, he's like the T-Rex. Yeah. He's the T-Rex, bro. In India, Russell's Viper is the T-Rex. Of course, you have the Big Daddy at Agumbe.
Yes.
I'm yet to go to Agumbe. I'm trying to go to Agumbe soon. Maybe I'll ride it. Agumbe is another place. I have huge respect for the king cobra and uh, birds and animals. I've seen python when I was 7 year old. I used to be living in Bhandara near Nagpur.
Yes.
बचपन वहीं गया है. So Bhandara, my dad and I, that those days he used to have a cycle. I was 7 years old. I'm talking about 1978 or 79. After playing tennis at the club, we were going downhill, so we were pushing the cycle and coming, and there was a huge rock python crossing, and it had a bulge in its stomach. It had just swallowed something. My dad said,
Mm.
shh. I got into wildlife because of my dad. And my dad used to tell me very interesting stories whenever he used to come from office. So since I was a kid, I used to ask dad, so dad, இன்னைக்கு யார் ஆஃபீஸ்ல வந்தப்பா? My dad used to say, அரே யார் அந்த ஆஸ்ட்ரிச்சும் வந்தான், அந்த ஜிராஃபும் வந்தான்டா. ஆஸ்ட்ரிச் வந்து உள்ள உட்காந்தான், ஜிராஃப் வெளியே நின்னுண்டு, ஏன்னா அவ்வளோ பேர்த்து கழுத்துடுத்துன்னு உள்ள வர முடியல கேபின்ல, வெளியிலே நின்னான். So every day some animal used to come to his office. Today the giraffe came. Yesterday the hippopotamus came, but he was stuck at the security guard didn't let him in. He used to tell me such stories.
Aye, aye.
That's how my love for wildlife grew. Wow, man. And my first wildlife film was a film called Born Free.
Born
And
free, correct.
you seen Elsa the lioness? And I cried like a baby in that film. Oh my God. So that's how my dad got me into wildlife and love and respect for other living organisms and
Very
everything,
nice.
big or tiny. And the best part is, I'm so happy to see that with beautiful souls such as yourself, my affinity, my love for wildlife grows tenfolds on a daily basis. And I'm so grateful to you, Shalini. Thank you very much for being part of my life here.
Thank you so
So,
much for having me here in your
oh,
UD
this is just
Roadcast.
the beginning, my dear. This is just the beginning. This was just the warm up, ma. Today's conversation felt, as usual, less like an interview, more like sitting beside someone quietly observing the world, observing the stream, observing the bonfire. And Shalini, honestly, I think that's something we need more of today. Yeah. And, especially when we live in a time where everyone is trying to be louder, faster, more visible, chaka-chond, glitter, glamour, blah, 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 blah. And somewhere in all that noise, the beauty of simply noticing things get lost. Won't you agree, my dear poet?
That is so true. Actually, I just remembered one thing when you said about, being visual, loud, and all. So, this literally a decade ago, we did this trip to Namdafa National Park. Okay, it was a trek,
Okay.
6 day trek inside. Now you have roads and all, you don't need to come back trekking. But those
Yeah.
days, there was no network, no electricity, nothing. So when
Ah,
you go on day one, till you
ah.
come back on day six to the same spot, you're like completely cut off with
Wow.
the
I love
entire
such
world.
treks. Huh? I love
Yeah.
such
So
treks.
so apart from the Bandhavgarh thing, this is the second thing that triggered me. The flame that was lit there, this became a fire actually.
My
So it was
God.
such an amazing journey, and it's like a pristine forest. Okay,
Where was this?
this is Arunachal. This is near the like further east of easternmost tip of India, you can say.
Ah,
And so we used to, it's camping, right? Basically
ah,
you
ah,
camp in three separate spots. And
ah,
the fact that what I remember when you mentioned this is, we were camping next to a river, and in the morning we were like six of us who had gone in this journey.
ah,
And in the morning all of us are sitting on some distant rock, okay,
ah.
having one Assam
Chai.
chai with us, which
Ah,
was
ah.
bamboo brewed, which was brewed in the bamboo.
Okay.
And we are having that tea, and we are all just listening to the flowing water, the river. It was so amazing. I was like, how am I even here? I mean, 2 days ago I was in the Mumbai, bustling traffic, trying to reach the airport and all that, and this is heaven, literally heaven. And on the same night, okay, since we were camping at the same area, uh, you literally have the moonlight shimmering on the water, like like jewels. And to be
Oh,
able to sit quietly and observe, and not talking, or just sitting there and observing. Everybody is on their own journey, thinking about something.
ah.
And there's no noise. You understand noise that I'm saying, right? You can hear only the sounds of the forest, and you
Believe
can
me, if
just,
if
this is
I
like,
don't understand the noise you're talking about, nobody else in this world would. Believe me. Go
so
on,
there's
go on.
no noise, and you're just looking at the moon shimmering on the river.
Oh,
And you listen to the bird sounds, not birds actually, the insects and all these things, the
correct,
night
correct,
creatures, right?
correct.
Birds are there, the owls are there,
Mm,
the
mm,
territorial calls are there.
ah,
And it is so serene. Even
wow.
the night, that's the best part about being in the forest in the night. You It seems scary on the whole, but it is so serene.
It's a magical world. A forest turns into a magical world in the
So I
night.
am a big reader of fiction and fantasy. I don't get into
Uh-huh.
non-fiction. So for me, that imagination power comes from fantasy, the fantasy
Full
world.
J.K. Rowling trip, no?
I love Harry Potter. I'm a
Obviously,
Potterhead.
yeah. Obviously, you're a 90s kid. I'm a 70s kid. For me, my life, my vivid imagination, my imagination became vivid thanks to Uderzo and Goscinny, Asterix and Obelix,
Yes,
Herge, Adventures of Tintin, and
yes.
Stephen King.
Oh, Stephen King. Okay, Stephen King is
He was
amazing.
the
For
madman who, turned me into a visualizer.
Yeah, along with Harry Potter, there's definitely Lord of the Rings. Uh,
Of
so
course.
yeah.
90s, the 90s, but you know, the Lord of the Rings and J.K. Rowling books would be Rama and Mahabharat for you, for
So
90s kids.
no, so that's where the you start imagining, and
Uh,
again one more episode was in the Hornbill camp, the fourth day I think, which is
ये
just
सब अरुणाचल प्रदेश में है ना?
Arey, you don't know, those 6 days of my life were crazy. It like I told you, it was a wild affair, right? After seeing that tiger, this was something at a different level.
God.
So I was just hooked on to Arunachal and the forest and the birds there. Okay,
So
birding
it's
in
like a package deal. You can make it and you just go there with your gear. That's it. They take care of your accommodation and travel and everything out
yeah,
there.
yeah. So, for example, you reach there, you have people with you who
Uh-huh.
come with you. The guide, the forest guide is there. And
Okay.
so now it's more, the arrangements are there, everything is there, and they take you by the road. They don't make you walk back. But
Oh,
that
okay.
time we used to average like 7 kilometers a day. Going inside and coming, and you just get to go till the river, the Namdafa river. Beyond that, the tiger reserve is there. So you don't
Oh,
enter the
oh.
tiger reserve definitely.
Which tiger reserve is that? That one?
This is the Namdafa Tiger Reserve.
Oh, Namdapha Tiger Reserve. Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Hmm.
you go till there and then you come back. So this was for one white-bellied heron that we did, but we didn't see the heron that time. It was
Ah.
just very less number of birds left out here in
Oh,
India.
oh,
But
okay,
I saw
okay.
them later on when I recently went to again to Namdafa, but like a
Uh-huh.
decade later that I said 2025. So I
Uh,
just saw one bird. But yeah, so that time in the Hornbill camp that were there, that we were there, the day 4, I think it rained heavily, and you won't believe it's just four tents pitched there. Okay, three
uh,
of us
uh,
and one of the guide and all that.
hmm.
And we don't know what is happening. There's lightning flashing on your tent, and you don't want to come out because for me it was a very first experience in
Hmm.
camping inside the
Hmm.
forest. Okay, and
Ah,
that too inside a forest like Namdafa.
ah.
So and then suddenly there is water below your tent, and you can imagine, your imagination goes wild with all these, you imagine snakes and all flowing down and all that. And in the middle of the night you have the mountain scops all calling. Okay,
Ah.
and that is the only call along with the rain droplets and this thing happening.
Hmm.
And suddenly you hear some growling in the distance. Okay,
Son of a
maybe
gun.
leopard or anything can come there.
Ah.
So but then we had one elephant with us, forest department elephant with us, just to get the camping stuff. And the elephant had a calf also with it. The calf
It's
wouldn't leave the
so,
mother, so she
so
also came.
cute.
So we had an elephant all the way for all those 6 days with us. Okay, and in the middle of the night, you hear this growling. Nobody wants to come out, definitely. And they're all with abated breath, all waiting what is happening. And then you hear this elephant trumpeting. And then suddenly you're like, okay, everything is good.
Yeah, because that elephant is there, no? So the other
Yeah.
predators won't approach your campsite.
Yeah, and then I think all of us slept. There's just in the morning we got up at 5. Okay, the sun
Uh,
rises early there, right?
uh,
The land of
uh,
the
uh,
rising sun.
correct.
So 4:35, there's a lot of light, and we all
Uh,
came out of our tents, and we were like, okay, fine, everything is good. And those experiences just stay with you. And and the best part was the hornbill camp was for hornbills, right? Sighting
uh,
hornbills.
uh,
In the daytime, suddenly it was like some. I just felt there's war upon us. Okay, there was this sound of helicopters.
okay.
Okay, and the guide tells us helicopter सब कुछ नहीं है मैडम, ये हॉर्नबिल्स उड़ रहे हैं, 30-40 हॉर्नबिल्स.
God, so
And
the
we were
flutter of their wings, you mean?
we were shocked like anything, and we didn't know. And that was the first time I was like, okay, fine, these are hornbill sounds are like helicopters.
My
you
God,
know
that's scary, yaar. Wow.
More
And
than scary when you realize, so there's so much that we don't know, there's so much that comes with experiencing wild, there's a
yeah.
lot of stuff.
So you in Arunachal Pradesh, those are all Arunachal Pradesh trips, no? Because I also want to do Assam.
Ah,
Assam is another forest which I've heard is absolutely amazing.
what,
There are
Kaziranga you're talking about?
not just Kaziranga. I'm talking about where is that place where you still have the highly endangered clouded leopards.
So clouded leopards are there in Arunachal also.
Arunachal also, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Clouded are there. Pura
northeast में है.
northeast में है ना? Clouded है. I
हाँ.
mean, of course, you don't get to see
So
them,
there
but
is,
they're
if
there.
you go for tiger reserves or national park, you have Manas National Park there, and you
Okay.
have Kaziranga, and you have others also. But
हाँ.
yeah,
Kaziranga is like the Ranthambore of वहाँ का Ranthambore. हाँ.
yeah, yeah. So
Assam, you don't need to see. Go to Kaziranga to see rhinos. Rhinos
line,
visit villages now. Here out there. You will be buying सब्जी बगल से एक rhino आएगा. मेरे को एक टमाटर खिला. उसको टमाटर खिला हो जाता है आगे. Then you buy sabji. You have actually rhinos roaming around those villages. Yeah, the shopping center. Don't you see those videos? You know?
yeah, yeah.
Wow, crazy man. It's
Definitely, Northeast is something that is like that has my heart actually. Arunachal
oh,
definitely, but Nagaland is. I've done birding in Nagaland and Mizoram, so just love the
wow,
place.
wow, wow. So after now you recently did Sri Lanka. When is the next trip? Where do you plan to go? Have you planned something for the near future? Let's
No,
future pace. Nothing right now.
no,
Yes,
no, no.
because right now the Sri Lanka hangover is still on.
So after Sri Lanka, I just did one quick trip to Kerala for uh,
Oh, you
frog.
already did?
Yeah, that was just a weekend trip because
Okay.
there's this frog called the purple frog, or they call the Mahabali frog in Kerala, which just comes out for during the first monsoon showers, right? Heavy showers.
Oh,
It
so
comes
cute.
out just
Okay.
for 2 days, 3 days,
Huh.
to breed, and then it is underground.
Oh, it goes
So
back
you,
into the soil.
yeah, so you can never see it for the rest of the 363 days or whatever in the year. So it just comes down for 2 3 days outside of its burrow and all that.
What a
So
gangster, man. What a gangster
y-
frog here. Dude
yeah,
is. So
so
he
so
disappears. Okay.
we did 3 nights there. We tried to find it, but we're unlucky for 2 nights because of the weather pattern, right? It didn't rain
Mm.
the amount that it should have, but we heard a lot of calling, and on the last day, very last day, we just happened to see one male frog.
Oh,
But
you did.
yeah, one male frog. But
Yeah.
yeah, that again, that was an amazing thing. It's like your galaxy frog. This is one frog which
Did you
is
get to
so.
get a good frame of this frog which you spotted? The one.
Yeah, yeah, we have clicked, yeah.
So
But
you're yet
the
to
photos
share
are
that. I
still in
haven't
the
seen that
camera. The
yet.
photos are still in the camera. Not yet
Wow.
transferred it. So it just transpired last weekend. So so that is one thing. I mean, we
Mm.
didn't get
Mm.
to see the breeding pairs and
Ah,
amplexes and all
ah,
that. But
ah.
then, yeah, for the purpose that we had gone, we saw at least one frog. But this is another thing that you don't get to see, right? It just comes out 2 days in the entire year. So
Wow.
so
मजा आ
next
गया
year
bro.
maybe.
मजा आ गया मजा आ गया crazy crazy man we can go on and on and on.
Yeah, yeah, I can actually go on and on. So
I
let's
know,
just.
we can. However, what I would suggest is I would love to have this conversation. We can take it another. However, that needs to be in person now. It's high time we actually met. Yeah, we actually met and enjoyed some filter copy and before going into the forest. Definitely, man. Definitely. You know
Sure.
something? Uh, Before anything else, I really though I haven't asked you any question, because I don't use any questioning format in my conversations, but I would purposefully like to ask you this question. And I want you to speak to the viewers and tell them the answer for this question. Is global warming real?
Global warming is definitely real.
Please, please. So, which are the if you want to share, if the listeners or the viewers of this particular episode, if they want to take the three biggest takeaways apart from the all the insights you've shared, biggest three takeaways, what would it be for youngsters, for everybody,
The
from
biggest
your
takeaway
experience?
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about in general the
Okay.
environment, maybe.
Mhm.
So, the biggest takeaway is I feel we as alpha species, right, on this planet have consumed a lot, destroyed a lot, probably. So, we probably need to slow down, and we need to be curious, definitely, of things. We need to observe, and most importantly, start reusing, refusing, replenishing, and become aware of your surroundings, your habitat. That's how you'll try and conserve and try to reduce the load on our earth, basically. Because I read this somewhere. Somebody had spoken, right? So nature, because we can afford it, but nature cannot afford it, and it will definitely lash back on us with
Wow.
redoubled force, and we are always at the receiving end there. So don't wait for somebody to save your earth or our earth. You have to be that superhuman. There's no other choice. So be mindful, be very mindful of how you use things, how you utilize the resources, and start reusing and definitely refusing stuff. I mean, if you don't need it, don't buy it. And the word need, want, they are definitely two different things, right? So we need to be really mindful of what we do and how we do it. So that's something. And one last thing is, see, we every day is a chance to change yourself, and you can choose to be what you want to be, right? So make that a wise choice, actually.
Wow. Wow.
So that's what I'm going by these days. Every day is a chance to change myself. Like, me committing to you to come on this roadcast itself is that change. Otherwise, I would have never done this.
I know,
You know
no,
me, I was
no.
so skeptical.
No, no, are you crazy? I was actually very, very eager and I was dying to, even when you were in Sri Lanka, I kept on checking Instagram every day. Has Shalini posted anything? Is she
I
back? She
never
hasn't posted
post when I'm
anything.
on a trip.
Yeah, then I was checking your stories. I kept stalking you when you were in Sri Lanka. I was just busy checking, yeah. Anyways, man, this is so amazing, yeah. Uh, See, on that note, yeah, I simply loved this conversation with you, Shalini. I simply love your persona. That there is something about quiet people. They carry this entire world within them, like you do. Because I'm sure you have so much more to share, and through nature, through your photography, books. I want to hear uh, stories. I want to see stories. I want to see preparation behind the scenes of how you're coming up with your book, which would be amazing. Um, I love your work because of the its silence, which I enjoy when I look at your work. It's really amazing. Yeah, thank you so very much, Shalini, for showing us exactly, um, showing up exactly as yourself today. That's exactly what I wanted, because how you were skeptical about the roadcast, even I wasn't skeptical. I was very curious. What would she wear? Or will she wear her spectacles? Just because she's going to face a camera, is she going to change her appearance? All those kind of thoughts which came to my mind, which is very natural. However, thank you
This is
so
how
very
I
much.
am at home.
Array, perfect. This is how I am always.
So yeah.
I'm always like this. Array, kya karega? Wonderful, yeah. So, any plans for the weekend then?
No, I just no plans for the weekend as such. Today is Saturday.
I know. अभी क्या Saturday हो गया. Anyways, yeah, thank you so very much, Shalini. Truly appreciate it. And to everyone listening, maybe you don't always need to speak louder to be heard. Sometimes you just need to observe more deeply. Until the next time, this is the UD Roadcast, and I'll see you all on Shalini Gopalakrishnan's Instagram page. See you there. Go and enjoy her work. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much.
Most welcome. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Keep going, keep inspiring, stay hydrated, and remember, don't do anything that I wouldn't. I love you all. Mwah.